Welcome everybody, I'll be right back to the show where we take a look at a horror movie, and we have a new Strangers movie out in the cinemas, Peter, a really, really bad one, so we thought we'd have...
Dog shit. I'm angry as usual that you've made us sit through that shite. More so, my wife is furious that you made us sit through.
I told you not to bring her. We have a little bit of a palate cleanser, so here we are, as usual, talking about The Strangers, Prey at Night.
I went into this one, this is the sequel to the original, isn't it? I went into this one having been told or heard, oh, it's cack and all the rest of it. Do you know what? I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was just good fun. It's not going to win any awards. It's certainly not as impactful as the first Strangers movie, but as a kind of just an easy couple of hours to watch slasher type thing, I thought it was great. Enjoyed it.
I really liked it too, man. It is a very different vibe to that first movie. Like the first one is very slow, very deliberate, terrifying, like the tension in that. It is mostly tension. Whereas this is like kind of a fun, silly throwback to 80s slasher movies. And I think it just shows how like malleable the Strangers characters are, that they can work in both of those settings.
Absolutely. And what a great idea in some regards to move from them turning up to a house to like an abandoned caravan park. I thought that was great. And I liked the characters. The acting was good. I recognised some of the actors. I don't think many of them were like big names when this film first came out. But no, I thought it was good. I really enjoyed it. And it actually bumps off a few of the Strangers as well, which was interesting.
It was. I was really shocked at that. And like, I think that, you know, we were thinking when chapter 1 was coming out, I thought this was a sequel, but neither of us had seen this, so I suppose. But there's ways they could have gone around that. But anyway, a little bit of background about the movie. So obviously the sequel to the original Strangers movie in 2007, that film grossed I think $85 million on like a $9 million budget, so big hit. In August 2008, Rogue Pictures confirmed a sequel titled The Strangers Part 2. Brian Bertino, who's the writer and director of the original movie, and Ben Katai were attached to write, but the project languished in development hell for years. Eventually, Johannes Roberts, who did 47 Meters Down, and he went on to do the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City movie, took over and reimagined it more as an anthology entry rather than a direct continuation. Roberts took inspiration from John Carpenter's films, particularly Christine and The Fog, for the movie's visuals, tone, and music. You can definitely see that influence there. New setting, new characters, very different dynamic. And like, I liked that there was so much going on between the characters. Like in the first movie, one element I really loved was that the main couple had like an argument over, I think he proposed to her and she'd said no. So you had this kind of awkwardness to them. And in this one, similar thing, you have kind of the trouble kid and the brother who kind of gives her a hard time and stuff, and I just thought that dynamic was really interesting.
I mean, I know, you know, I'm in obviously the good old UK, and you're over in the Emerald Isles. This kind of just shipping your kids off to boarding school, military camp, whatever the shit it is, that seemed just fairly normal. Does that happen a lot, do we think, in the States? Isn't that part of Chucky as well, to get sent to a military school at one point?
It's a thing you hear in sitcoms, like a joke of like, we'll send you off to boarding school or send you off to military school or whatever. So it's like, it's a thing. It seems a bit pessimistic, I think, to do that to your own kid, you know?
I mean, I'm a good boy. I would have never
sent. So a few actors that I did recognize. So Lewis Pullman, surprised to see him in this. So he plays Sentry in Marvel. I think because I know him as Sentry, I couldn't take him seriously as like a teenager in this. I don't know what age he was in it, but I was just looking at him, I just see Sentry, and I go, it's the only thing I know him from. But he was really good.
Still, he's a good actor.
He's a very good actor, I thought. Christina Hendricks, you know, from Mad Men, a few other things. She's the mom. Martin Henderson, he was an ex. He was like the cowboy kind of producer. I thought he was really good in it. And then Bailey Madison, I'm not too familiar with. She played Kenzie, the lead in it as well.
She was in the one about fairies that are stealing people's teeth when she was just a little girl. Don't be afraid of the dark or something. Little girl goes to an old house with a stepmother, and there's little fairies living in the furnace, and they come out and they steal people's teeth or something.
Sounds vaguely familiar. Yeah, I haven't seen it myself though.
It's good. It's good.
Like we said, different vibe. Yeah, like we start off immediately, we see a stranger's kill effectively in the opening sequence, you know, so we're not building up. And then I think it has a much more like kinetic pacing than the first movie as well. Like the mom gets killed, I think within half an hour of the start of the movie. Dad dies 10 or 15 minutes after that. I was quite surprised at that. Like,
The Strangers to me was a kind of a slow burn atmospheric thing. This feels more traditional slasher, kind of getting chased around, getting hunted down kind of thing. I do have a few problems with it, but so you've mentioned there, you've referenced the mother being killed and the dad being killed. What the mother, yes, she helps her daughter up through the roof thing, but then she just kind of like stands there and lets the stranger knife her in the back repeatedly. Doesn't fight back. And then the dad, yes, he's got something going through his gut, but he just kind of sits in the car. If that was you, would you not be like thrashing out and trying to get the
throwing hands, man? Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. I do think like the car sequence when he gets like that was probably the tensest scene in the movie. I thought it was really cool when the shot of the dad and you see the stranger, sackhead or whatever, standing in the background, the way he walks around the car and gets in. I just thought it was really creepy and really tense. The problem I had with the mom's death for me was that how did the stranger know that it was only going to be the mom and the daughter that get back? If it was all four of them, she'd have been fucked.
No, I was going to say that's my other grumble. These aren't just normal strangers. These are like supernatural strangers, because we're in a caravan park. I'm going to assume, I haven't been to a few caravan parks, there's at least say 100 caravans and whatever. No matter where these fuckers go, like at one point they climb in the window of an abandoned building and guess what? There's a stranger sat behind them waiting. They climb into another building and guess what? There's a stranger sat in the room waiting for them. It's like, how do they know where everybody is?
A truck crashes through the wall at one point. That was a good scare, I thought. That was only a jump scare that really got me. But I think that for me the most egregious one is when she crawls into the pipe and the stranger's in the pipe. I'm like, did she come in another way? I'm assuming they're watching them the entire time. Like they always know where they are. They never really get away.
I mean, they can't, but you can't watch them that much. But I'm going to give you, props there. The pipe thing, I don't know why, because I haven't watched so many of these bloody horror films. I should have known what was coming. I nearly shit my pants. I got a proper scare at that point. That was a good jump scare. But you're right. Logically, no sense at all. But yeah, I did. I soiled myself. I'm not ashamed to say.
Unfortunately for me, that was the clip from the trailer that I used in the tease for this episode. So I'd seen it a few times, so I didn't really get me. But it just goes batshit crazy at the end. Where I loved like the neon lighting and everything. I thought was gorgeous to watch. But like the pool kind of sequence, he axes one of them to death, and then the sackhead guy comes over and they're like kind of thrashing around in the pool and everything. I just thought like really cool choreography. I just thought that was great.
Enjoyed that. And then we get the end scene, and it's kind of almost like I say, a Jason Voorhees kind of thing, where he gets killed, burned, blown up in a truck, dragged behind the car for a bit or whatever, then he gets up again, and it's like, what are you going to do to kill this bloke? But it was quite cool. I enjoyed that element of it. I felt, oh God, if you really, really want to, you can go on my channel and see our thoughts on the other Strangers debacle we've just watched. This is night and day.
Oh, 100%.
Compared to that crap.
This is like, it's hard when you see this, like the first two movies, how you could take it in such a wrong direction. It's actually impressive.
It's insulting that they went from arguably one phenomenal film, the second very, very good film, that had the blueprints there, and they've just fucked it up so severely with both of them, with bigger budgets, I'd assume. It's just dire. And there's no pigs in this one, which is good.
That was, no hogs. But like, I think that like the problem with the new ones, getting into their backstories, I think is a problem as well. Because I think in this, when they started dying, I was there thinking, well, the way you could continue that is that like one of them survives and then they pick up new people, and they just, and like it's almost like none of the originals are even there anymore. We don't know if this is the exact same people that did the first movie or not.
In a lot of horrors that we've talked about, the stuff that you don't know and you can't see is far more scary than when they put the monster on screen. And with the Strangers, for me, part of the scary element of it is that this could be anybody. This could be you. You could be... No, the little doll mask wouldn't fit in your face. But, you could be a sack, maybe. It's a sack. You could be a potato sack. Sorry. The Strangers could be anybody. Do you know what I mean? It could literally be anybody. So when you start explaining them and explaining their motivation and showing you who they are, you lose all of that mystery and that scariness from it,
We even get a scene in this where she takes the mask off of one of them, and it's just nobody. Yeah. Because like that's the thing, they're just strangers. They're not. They aren't. Yeah, exactly. Literally. Yeah. The ending is very Texas Chainsaw Massacre when she gets on the back of the truck. I thought that was a cool reference. I love the Scream reference when she's in the truck and they dangle the keys outside. I thought that was really cool as well.
Didn't even pick that up. Is that off Scream? Is it? Didn't notice that.
Almost shot for shot. There's a scene where Sydney gets in the truck and he dangles the keys.
Okay. Well, make us look intelligent. We'll cut that bit out. Oh yes, I liked the Scream reference as well. That was really good. Yeah, it was excellent. Yeah.
Smooth as butter.
Smooth.
A little bit of trivia about the movie, Peter. The opening scene originally included Liv Tyler's Kristen returning, only to be subsequently killed off.
Did she not die?
It leaves it sort of ambiguous, I think, at the end. She gets stabbed again, but it's like you could have had her survive. Early in the film, Kinsey and Luke are talking about how she could barely pick up a bat to play baseball. During the climax, she kills the man with the mask with a baseball bat.
Yeah, pick that up.
Yeah, that was cool. I didn't catch that reference, but I think that's fun. Yeah, I like those little seeding things. Yeah. And lastly, Pin-Up Girl was recast in the middle of filming when the original actress made a comment that she felt claustrophobic wearing the mask during a knife fight scene. She was sent home, and her stunt double Leah Enslin took over the role. But with the time constraints in shooting, this was a factor for Pin-Up's lack of presence in the movie. That seems a bit unfair. Like, I wonder, was it like, did she have a panic attack and was really like, I can't get through this?
Asthmatic. She nearly died. Grow pain. Come on, get on with it.
Or was it like she just made a comment, it's a bit tight in this mask, isn't it?
Sacked. Bit harsh.
I feel I tried to dig and find more about that, but I couldn't. But I thought
We'll get her on the show. We'll get her on the show.
yeah,
and we'll ask
exactly.
her.
Yeah.
She'll not be able to talk. She'll be wheezing.
So this is the way we usually talk about the future of the franchise, but we've done a first episode.
I don't want to.
About
I
this
don't want
movie.
to.
And then I think when we did the first movie, we hadn't seen the new ones. So chapter 1 is just the first movie again, just worse.
So sorry. Back step, Mr. Keith. There's no more in this original timeline, is there? Is it just Strangers?
No, this is it, and then the next movie was
and the
chapter
reboot.
1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sad, isn't it?
That's
Could have been
but I can't even understand why. I mean, you've had 2 successful films. Why go for a full-on reboot? Why not just continue this universe? Do you know what I mean?
It's bizarre.
You
Absolutely
can put
bizarre.
the Strangers anywhere, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And have a similar kind of story.
I would like a city one. I think that could be really interesting, you know, something like that. But yeah, you could take the format and put it anywhere, and just look. That's what this should have been. This whole series should have been, instead of going in, oh, let's tell this like epic quote unquote, you know, storyline and about characters we don't care about and scenarios, and just directed worse.
Let's show them at school. That'll be fun. Fuck off.
I want to know who Tara is, or whatever, you know, like Tamara. Overall, I thought this was really great. I really had a lot of fun with it. A very different vibe from the first movie, but I think it works in its own right. I thought the visuals were really great, and music was really great. Some of the kills, really fun sequences. So yeah, overall, I thought this was excellent.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I enjoyed this far more than I expected to. My wife enjoyed it, which is always a bonus. They should have just stopped, to be perfectly frank. They should have just stopped at this and just not went on with those 2 new Paul films.
No, they should have made another one, but good.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's I'll Be Right Back on The Strangers Pray at Night. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. We review all the latest horror movies in the cinema, and we have episodes of I'll Be Right Back on various horror movies, including The Strangers. So go check that out. Don't forget to check out One Good Scare live every second Friday, and we'll be right back next time with...
Under any circumstances say, I'll be right back. Because you won't be back.